elegance is based solely on the comfort. It doesn't make any difference how beautiful I would make a pair of shoes.
As shoemaker to the stars, this young Italian visionary laid the groundwork for a true Hollywood story.
I think my father was a great example of someone who was very, very passionate about what they do. Besides being passionate, he was also born with this incredible desire of making the most beautiful shoes in the world. And he did it throughout all of his career. When he was 8 years old, he produces his first pair for the Holy Communion of his sister. Then from there he went to one of the most beautiful countries of the world, which is the United States, and joined some brothers and sisters who wanted him to study and wanted him to do a number of things, but didn't want him to be a shoemaker, because that they told him was the most humble job that existed in the world, and you know, what future did he have as a shoemaker? My father didn't listen and kept on pursuing his passion and his interest. So he started looking at the shoe industry and where he could work. But wherever he looked around, there was mass-producing industry, and he couldn't relate to that. So he decided to open his own shop, first in Santa Barbara and then on Hollywood Boulevard, where he was, custom-making shoes for a few customers. Opportunity arrived, and his was the one of being able to make shoes for the movies that were produced in Hollywood in those days. He was called to produce shoes for the actors and actresses that were on stage. He was a very charming and nice personality, so they liked him and they liked to go back to his shop then, and besides the movies, have shoes made by my father.
Do you have this shoe in a 6.5 AAA?
We have that in all sizes.
He started developing a clientele which was very small but very, very high-end. So from that day on, that's how he started putting the real foundation of his success. There was a point where his success has gotten to a level that he had to make a decision. Either he was going to grow the business in America, but at that point in America there was very little craftsmen left. They had been lost to bigger industry, and there wasn't really what he needed to grow his business.
I left Hollywood and went to Italy with the purpose of having my ideas reproduced by Italian shoemakers.
He decided to go back to Italy and establish himself there, where he could have more of an access to real, true tradition, craftsmanship, and start building the company that he had envisioned. Though his contacts with America were always very, very important. His first customer was Saks Fifth Avenue, and shortly thereafter Neiman Marcus, and we are proud to say that we are still in very strong partnership with them even today.
When I made the invisible shoes in nylon, you actually had to go and touch the feet to find out if there was a shoes or not.
My father was really, I must say, a visionary in many aspects, and also he believed a lot in destiny. He had a vision for Ferragamo to be much more than just shoes, and be all products really for men and women. He wasn't too worried. He said, whatever I'll be able to do in my lifetime, I'll do it, and what will not be able to do with this body will be carried out with other people, which I must say has been exactly what has happened, starting from my mother, who took over when he passed away and had 6 small children, and was able to maintain the helm of the ship in a very solid way while really we were growing, and then we joined into the business and helped her. So I think that our goal was then, and still today, is to go back to what the dream of the founder was.
Running wild.